Good evening, noble persons. I'm going to demonstrate the use of Turbo Slicer with our two demos. First, I'll demonstrate adding slice capability to a sword. I'll then show how to add a new object to the Touch Slicer demo. We have here a scene wherein muffins are flung into view and a reflective blade follows the cursor. From there, we must find the target prefab and add the sliceable component. On this component, we configure the infill. When the muffin is sliced, there will be a hole. This hole will be filled in with new geometry, and we need to specify where on this atlas is the texture for the new geometry. It expects figures between 0 and 1. I have already calculated these figures, so I will enter them and continue. Now we need to configure the sword. We do this by finding the attachable slicer prefab and adding it as a child object to the sword. After adding it, we must orient it to spatially match the sword. Now to try it. We'll strike this muffin with a sword, then pause it to examine the muffin. We see that a slice has occurred. The muffin is now in two parts. In order for it to pop apart, we need a script that will apply force after the slice. This new script inherits from abstract slice handler and overrides the handle slice method. This method's prime argument is a set of game objects representing each half of the slice. For each member of that set, we apply appropriate force. We then attach this component next to the sliceable component. The method will be called after every successful slice, and as we see here, the halves now pop apart. The second demo is a minimal Fruit Ninja clone which you can modify. I will explain how to add a new type of sliceable object. To demonstrate, I'm going to add this orange to the game. I'm going to simply add a set of components and then add the prefab to the spawner. The rigid body and collider. The collider needs to be a trigger. The sliceable. Of course, we must also set the infill. Burst when apart. Score agent. Fate. Target. Sound when sliced. And the splatter. Finally, we select the spawner on the scene and add to it our prefab. Now we see the spherical orange has been added to the project. Both demos' complete sources are downloadable from our website. You may modify them and use them as you please.